Hello and welcome to Redmen TV. It's daily news time. Once again, I'm Chris Pajak and we're here to talk about Sadio Mané and a potential new deal for the former right winger, the new left winger of Liverpool Football Club. 20 goal a season, man, Sadio Mané. So first of all, we're at the Liverpool Echo website. Liverpool keen to reward Sadio Mané with new deal as Jurgen Klopp makes Anfield a final destination. I love that as a title. I think that's a great title. Well done, James Pearce. Reds boss believes his club is no longer viewed as a stepping stone. That's nice to hear, isn't it? It's just lovely to hear from the boss. Klopp believes elite talent no longer view Liverpool as a stepping stone as they look to reward Mané with a new long-term contract. So we know Firmino, we know Salah are both on 5-year deals now. Looks like Sadio Mané is next. Talk started with him at the end of last season. We had his agent over, it was actually also Naby Keita's agent, to one of the games while it was over in America, I think it was. You know, there's no worries about it. It looks like this is all going to be sewn up, even with the rumours of Real Madrid being in for Sadio Mané and stuff like that. Apparently Liverpool have made it clear they were prepared to recognise his dazzling contribution with a new contract, which would put him among the club's highest earners. And I truly believe that he deserves to be there. You know, we know he was our best player probably the year before last. He was so exciting to watch. And he grew into that role on the left-hand side, and I think, you know, it wasn't a sparkling start to the season by Sadio. Like that, I did. But he ended the season, man, with some really important goals for us. I mean, the lad scores in the Champions League final. That's kind of just shows you what type of a player he is. You know, he has that ability to get into great positions. He's not the best finisher in the world, but there's only one of them, and his name's Cristiano Ronaldo. Whereas Sadio Mané gets into space and he makes this side tick. And even pre-season, I think he's been in outstanding form so far. That link-up play with Salah has just been absolutely brilliant. When Firmino gets back there, it's going to be even better. I mean, this is a lad that Liverpool need to tie down in my eyes. You know, and as far as Jurgen Klopp, I suppose, talking about us being a final destination, I think actions prove louder than words, don't they? And the fact that we haven't had any big outgoings this summer, yes, I know Phil Coutinho left a few months ago, and the fact that we've had big incomings in Fabinho, in Keita, in Alisson, it kind of just proves that point, doesn't it? And I think when you think of what this Liverpool side looked like before Jurgen Klopp started and what it looks like today, this is very much a team sculpted in the German manager's own image, isn't it? You know, it's a hard-working side first and foremost that puts team qualities above everything else, but also allows the individual to shine. And I think that's what the greatest thing about Firmino, Salah and Mané is that they've been able to do that while all playing for the team. And I think what we've managed to do in signing Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho and Keita is hopefully shore everything else up. And I've missed the goalkeeper out there in Alisson, and I really shouldn't have, because he will help us become a much better side this season than last season. You know, if we can just now focus on closing that gap to Manchester City, showing a massive improvement in these games, this is going to be an absolutely outstanding season for Liverpool. It really is. And come back to it, you know, these lads are all 25, 26 years old, and it looks like our front three are going to be tied up for the next 5 years, and it's scary to think of just how good these players can become. You know, me and Paul were talking on the podcast, and it'll be out later today probably. Just this afternoon, and we were talking about like Liverpool against low block sides and all that type of stuff, and not to tread over that too much, but these lads have all had one season of playing against low block sides as a three. They're going to be better this season against those sides than last season, and that's a frightening thought for defences around the league, I suspect. So next story is Ben Woodburn is heading to Sheffield United for a season loan. We spoke about it yesterday. It looked like Aston Villa were going to be in pole position. Now Jurgen Klopp apparently has had final say on this and has chosen Sheffield United. There were some concerns with Grealish not moving on to maybe someone like a Tottenham or something from Villa already about the minutes that Ben Woodburn would get, and Jurgen's decided to go with Sheffield United. And I think Chris Wilder, the manager there, I was speaking to James from Ball Street, who was in the studio with us today, and he was saying like he's a very progressive coach. He likes his side to press high up the pitch, and you know, very workmanlike in their approach to games, but also very creative in the way that they play their pattern of football. So that's something that's really good and sits really well with me. Obviously, we want him to get minutes under his belt, and I think with Chris Wilder there, this is what James was saying. We'll get that, and he's a coach that we might see in the Premier League in a few years, whether it be at Sheffield United or not. I think he is a Sheffield guy, Chris Wilder, but he may move on and get that opportunity in the Premier League. And hopefully for him, and with Ben Woodburn leading the charge into the Championship playoff places or even above. So there we go. I've just had a green super chat from Politically Correct who said, what do you think will constitute a successful season? I won't answer this today, here and now, because we do about a 20-minute segment on that in the podcast that's out later today. So I hope you don't mind me not answering your question. I really do appreciate the comment, but we do answer it, me and Paul. As I say, about 20-minute discussion on what constitutes a successful season for Liverpool. So we'll come to that in the podcast, which will be out later today. So keep your eyes peeled for that one, Politically Correct. And again, thanks for the green super chat. So here we go, into the Times report here. Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager, sanctioned Woodburn move after the youngster endured a frustrating season last season. Woodburn only made 2 appearances in the senior side for a combined 51 minutes of action. So there you go. Another little piece of news, it's not news, it's just photographs, but I really like them. Becker and Firmino have began training in Evian. Look at this. I mean, he's defo catching that, isn't he? Are we on here?
Yeah.
He's defo catching that. Ooh, look at that. There's a focused Brazilian if ever I've seen
I'm glad
one.
his hair's dark again. There was them pictures knocking around where he dyed it like silver. Yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Look at that. Perfect, I would suggest. Oh yeah, focused again. Look at that. Listening to the coach, soaking it all in like the sponge that he is. Smiling, because it's Roberto Firmino. It's beautifully unfocused. Oh, look at that for a catch from Alisson Becker. Incredible. Oh, he's caught that. He's caught that all day. He's definitely getting that. What a save. Well, class save. Another one. He's tipped it around the post. Firmino's happy. He's got Alisson in nets, and there he is, focused on stepping on the floor. That's the kind of focus that this man is going to bring to Liverpool Football Club this season. And again, he's defo catching that. And big thumbs up. Caught them all, lads. Caught them all. Not so much to use as a slideshow of photographs, but I hope you've enjoyed that. Liverpool transfer news. Spoilers, it's not. Jorginho Wijnaldum make a claim about new arrivals. Again, they've even with the rest of the title, they've said that it's not transfer news. Basically, Wijnaldum's dead happy that Liverpool have signed dead good players. He thinks it'll improve the rest of the team. I think that's why we do it. I'm happy, though, that he's said this. It's always good to see players coming back and to welcome new players, especially good players. We all know Bobby's a good player and Alisson's a good goalkeeper, so we are happy that they are here. And he's looking forward to the season, and I can't wait to see how Wijnaldum fits into this midfield. I think, Liverpool fans around the world have all been wondering what that midfield 3 is going to look like, and I hazard a guess that it's going to be very similar to the start of last season, different in every single game. And I imagine that Henderson's going to get loads of minutes, Wijnaldum's going to get loads of minutes, Keita, Fabinho, Milner. I just feel like that's the engine room of our side, and they're the lads who do have to do the most running and the most work, and therefore they're the lads that are going to need more rotating than any others. So don't write off Gini Wijnaldum is what I'm trying to say. And then, this one's mad. Real Madrid approached Salah about replacing Ronaldo, and Salah said no. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's see. It's El Pas. I've never heard of them. Claimed the Liverpool star through his advisors was contacted by Real earlier in the summer. There you go. Big Mo Salah knows. Big Mo Salah knows Liverpool is the place to be. So we're going to get into some of the comments I've got. Think we'll sign any more players this window with Chris Wright Bollock? Chris is right Bollock. No. Cameron Bell. Turquoise is green, blood red is red. Be my dad. Turquoise is green. Yeah. Sound with that. Blood red is red. Sound with that. Be my dad. Not sure I can help you with that one, but thank you very much for the comment, of course. Tej Petterson again, Paul and Chris, the Savage and Heineman of Redmen. I don't know what that is.
Let's find out.
Chris will be our top 3 scorers this season. Salah, Firmino, Mane, in that order.
So Savage and Heineman are the 2 fellas off Mythbusters.
Okay. There you go. Is that good? Is that bad?
Mythbusters is an alright programme, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Where will you be after the Napoli match, Chris, as Paul B? In the pub. Yes, definitely, with a beer in my hands and a Guinness in my belly. We're going to see if we can go to that boss night, but I think you're probably talking about the filming side of things as well, aren't you? In that case, we'll just be outside the ground somewhere, I'd guess. We fly by the seat of our pants here at Redmen TV, and we haven't planned the location just yet. Chris, will Salah score more than 40 goals next season, says Isaac Chair. I would hope so, absolutely. Martin Valvag, do you think we need another defender or striker? No, I don't, to be honest with you. I'm really happy with Liverpool's business this season. I'd love us to go out and buy Pulisic now, with Chelsea rumoured interest in him, but I'm happy with the squad, man. I think we'll improve on last season. I think we're going to be title challengers, and that's what I want to see from this Liverpool side. I do want us to, go far in the Premier League and challenge Manchester City all the way, but I also want improvement. That's the biggest thing for me. I want to see this side improve and know that they can improve. And I don't feel, and I think Jurgen Klopp thinks the same, to be honest, that we need anyone more. It'd be nice to have a few more, but I don't think we need any. Nathan Wyatt. As an American, it's hard to know which British papers are reputable and which spew bullshit. What should I be reading and what should I avoid? Thanks. Okay, if you're looking for Liverpool news, I think the first place to call is the Liverpool Echo. I think anything written by like James Pearce, something like that, so a writer like that is obviously a good starting point. Mel Reddy from Joe is exceptional as well. They're great follows on Twitter to keep up to date. Paul Joyce, Times? Paul Joyce?
Yep.
Paul Joyce is from the Times. He's absolutely in the know. Chris Bascom, Guardian nowadays, I think, is Chris Bascom, is he?
I'll double check.
The Guardian's a good newspaper, The Times a good newspaper. I think Chris Bascom's from The Guardian, Dominic King from the Daily
Telegraph,
Mail.
Chris Bascom.
Sorry, apologies, Chris Bascom's from the Telegraph. Dom King from the Daily Mail's a good Liverpool reporter as well. You got Neil Jones from Goal.com, he's a very good reporter. Basically most of the Northwest reporters, Simon Hughes as well, independent. Yeah, Simon Hughes is independent. He's a great Liverpool reporter, so hopefully that answers your question. Chris, says Lee Rushworth Clays, most important signing, Van Dijk or Alisson? Van Dijk. I think I entered this the other day. Chris, Alisson is number 13. Is he? I didn't know that was the case, actually.
I don't think it's confirmed.
Oh, right, okay, well, there we go then. How can you not want another defender? We're a Van Dijk injury away from a Lovren-Klavan partnership. Saif Mahood. Man, this fatalist thinking, do you know what I mean? I get it, I really do, but in that instance, should we sign another goalkeeper? Because we're an Alisson injury away from Karius being number one. Do you want another right winger? Because we're a Salah injury away from him not being able to play. I mean, I just don't. At some point, you've got to stop. And I think Liverpool have spent an incredible amount of money. And I'm only being honest. And those funds run out at some point. I think Lovren's a good defender. I think Matip's a good defender who played through injuries last season. Both of them got injured questions. I didn't say I wouldn't want another centre-back. I just don't think Liverpool are going to do it. And I don't think we need another defender. Joe Gomez can step in there. I think we've got Dejan Lovren, we've got Joel Matip, we've got Ragnar Klavan, we've got Virgil van Dijk. We've got 5 centre-backs, you know what I mean? Anything from you, Si?
So I've just done a bit of research, and apparently Alisson has been wearing training gear with the number 13 on. So
okay.
I mean, it makes it quite likely that he'll be doing it. So we've got a few comments on Mané from earlier on.
Okay.
Cathal Ball says we should play Mané in 10 and Shaqiri on the wing. Is that something you think you might see?
Yeah, I must admit, I think we mentioned this the other day, actually. I think I love that. I love Mané in that sort of 10 role. But here's the thing, it's like, we talk about this so often, especially at this time of year. We really don't know what Jurgen's going to do until he does it. You know, we signed Gini Wijnaldum expecting him to be a winger and he's a centre-mid. We might have signed Shaqiri expecting him to be a winger and he might be a centre-mid. You know, he might be an attacking midfielder. You know, we've seen Mané on the right wing, we've seen him on the left wing, we might see him in the 10. You know, we might see more of Mo Salah up top this season. Until you get first game of the season, you're just not gonna see it, are you? Love that comment, Chris. Love that comment. And until you've got probably a bank of 10 games, it's hard to draw any true conclusions. It's kind of just a little bit of guesswork right now, and I'm in the same boat as everybody else. I'm just guessing at what Liverpool might do. Might be 4-3-3, might be 4-2-3-1, might see 2 up top with Salah and Firmino, which we did see at times last season. I don't think we'll play 3 at the back.
I really like that 2 up top. The 4-4-2 with Salah and Firmino up front.
They look brilliant, but they look brilliant together, don't they?
And we've got the legs in the midfield that can cover it as the 2 as well.
Size right.
Yeah. We've got one from Ben Gaiman, Ben something Gaiman, sorry, I can't understand that word. Says, Mané deserves a new contract which equals Bobby because he was just as important. His pace and skill cause defenders all kinds of problems.
Yeah, I think, that front three is more than the sum of his parts, and I feel like if you do take one of them away, they won't all perform at quite the same level, although they're all outstanding. It definitely feels like, as I say, they're more than the sum of its parts, and Mané is a key cog in that front three. Chris, I can't find it now. Oh, here we go. Mike Dorado. Why do you like the Vikings? I think we drafted Randy Moss. I think it was in about 1998. Now, my dad brought me up watching American footy in the 80s. And my dad is a Washington Redskins fan. I took a particular liking to the Chicago Bears when I was that age because I loved the bear on the front back then. I think it was like I remember having a blue shirt with like an orange bear on it. And I just kind of liked the look of it. And then the Dallas Cowboys got massive in the 90s and stuff, and I never really fell in love with them, although I loved Emmitt Smith, 22. Then it was like, I'd been watching it for years and I'd not really fallen in love with the team, and then Randy Moss coming out of college, I just loved him. I just absolutely loved him, so I kind of followed him as a player, and I've been following them ever since, so I've sat through the Dante Culpepper years and everything else. Like, it's a bit off football, but thanks for the question. Check out the Cover 2 TV YouTube channel we've got on the NFL if you want to ask the NFL questions in future. Also, I like the colour purple quite a lot. I do like the colour purple. Like.
Ali Muhdine says, real quick, who do you guys think should take our penalties?
Right now, Sadio Mané, because he's banged two in, but he needs to prove that he doesn't just put it in that bottom left-hand corner as you're looking at it. Yeah.
So I still think if James Milner's on the pitch, he should be.
He had a couple of misses though last season, didn't he? That was probably the problem.
Yeah, I still trust him.
No, yeah,
I think I trust Salah a lot more than I did early on last season to step up as well. I think if Milner wasn't on the pitch, Salah would be mine.
Chris, say everything you know about Widnes, says O-Dog. I once went there. In fact, I went there after the Champions League final in 2005. I got the wrong bus home, absolutely blotto, and fell asleep on the wrong bus. I think it was the 14N. I'm pretty sure it was the 14N. And I woke up and there was no one else on the bus, and the guy kicked me out. And I was in Widnes and no one would take me home, and in the end my brother, the Everton fan, had to come and get me. Like, I think that's the only time I've really been to Widnes. I don't know anything else about it.
We did a video there a few months ago.
Did we?
With the Liverpool LFC ladies.
In Widnes?
Yeah.
Is that Widnes? I thought that was Holton.
No, that's Widnes.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I've been there twice. It was amazing. Second time I remember it much more than the first. Oh, I just saw one then that I wanted to answer. Let me just find it. Did Liverpool pick the purple kit in honour of you and the Vikings, Chris? I doubt it, Kurt, but thank you. Oh, T. Lau Hajarat Sang. That's some name, that, isn't it? I don't often count how many letters are in a surname, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 letters in your surname. I'd hazard a guess that might be the biggest on here. If anybody's got more than 14 letters in their surname, comment now. What was the question? Do you miss Aubrey? I do miss Aubrey, you know. He's one of my best mates, like. I caught up with him a couple of weeks ago when I was down in London filming stuff with Ball Street. I do miss him. He's a small guy. His hands smell like cabbage, but I definitely do miss him, like. So there we go. That's been the Daily News Show for today. Unless you've got any more burning questions that just need answering.
I've got one here. I think one of them's a bit more interesting than the other. Daniel Davidson says, would you want to see Real Madrid and Roma in our Champions League group for the coming season? I think the Real Madrid one's quite interesting. Be a nice chance to get revenge, but what do you reckon?
I would actually, and here's the reason why. They're going to have an acclimatisation period to life without Cristiano Ronaldo. And I'd like to, and I think two strong sides like us and a Roma in the group with Real Madrid. Like, it doesn't have to be Roma because obviously Roma are going to have their own stuff because of the Alisson and that. But two very strong sides in a group stage with Real Madrid might just knock them out. And I think, and even if it doesn't, even if both teams, like let's say Liverpool and Real Madrid, do go through, and then maybe you meet them further on in the competition, you might have just got a little bit of confidence from playing them earlier on. you know, and has seen him maybe not at the best, because Real Madrid do turn it on the second half of the season and stuff. So that's probably why. And that was an interesting question. I did like that.